Hey everybody, welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signer, and we're our part 3 of our very long stream. This has been I implore you to go check out, start here at part 1 up here to watch it, to see the context of everything. But this has been a long night of letting things go. If you were a fan of me at Screen Junkies, everything, I've been holding on to some stuff. I've been trying to embrace this 30-year anniversary of my cancellation. I've atoned and apologized and taken accountability for the things I did do, but a lot of stuff out there has painted me in a way that is not who I am. And one person in particular, who I wouldn't have really cared, except her word got picked up by somebody else that really bothered me and got seen by 1 million people. And it's the one person that sort of changes the narrative to Andy and his coworkers, which is a lie. It is a outright lie. No coworker ever accused me of that, except for this person. So Roxy Striar. Look, leave her alone. I'm not doing this to send any her way or start a fight with her. I have tried to reach out privately. I've written notes privately. However, she refuses to address the conversations that she put out there, the accusations she's put out there, and I must defend myself. It's out too much. It's still, to this day, people will tweet at me, yeah, but he did this to Roxy because she said this. Roxy, I've asked you to tell me what it is. You refuse. I'm over it. You have lied. You have slandered me. You refuse to say out loud what happened. I've asked multiple times, privately and publicly. It's time to air this out so I can at least have a response to your accusation out there. So guys, Roxy does a show live at the Roxy. But the real thing that set me off was this Phil DeFranco.
Like Roxy Striar.
Happened also inside of it. Did anything ever happen?
I definitely didn't not happen.
Oh, wow.
But there were things that happened that through the years that I spoke about and was like really, I didn't speak about publicly, but
Uncomfortable? Is that more?
More than uncomfortable,
Okay.
really inappropriate.
Okay.
Yeah, he was a super inappropriate guy.
Okay.
And I have very, very not nice things to say about him.
Right, so there are these.
So, all right, so that's that. This video, just so we're clear, 1.1 million views. So in this video where Phil DeFranco, thank you, Phil, for putting it out there, but Phil tries to get everything out there. He saw this and said, well, I got to put this out there because apparently someone's accusing him of this. This, small, thing she did with Kristian blew up, and now it's out there for a lot of people that believing her. And my frustration, Roxy, speaking to you, and we'll watch the full clip so you get the context. Why won't you reply? I got nothing to hide. Tell me what happened. Spell it out. I'm asking you. Please tell me. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Guys, I never engaged with Roxy. Roxy came in to host TV fights. Let's just so we have the backstory on Roxy, and then we'll go watch her clip with Kristian. Roxy came in as a host of TV fights, which was a spin-off of movie fights, and we were looking for a host, and I did want a female because I wanted to try and diversify our group. It was a lot of dudes, and Kristian had recommended her, and I think it was actually between Roxy and John Roca. That's why John Roca hates me so much, because he didn't get the TV fights gig. But Roxy was there and got the gig, and she was very excited. In the clip we're about to watch with Kristian, she talks about how exciting it was, and she was around all these Screen Junkies and everything. I gave her a huge opportunity per Ken and Kristian recommending her. I liked her audition tape. I liked that she knew her television. I respected her greatly. I saw her over in the BuzzFeed studios. She watched TV. She had a hustle to her. I was like, good, cool, bring it over here. I've never really worked with her much. I was so busy. I've never engaged with her. I was on the show a couple times. I mean, you saw the show. Sometimes I have a big personality on the show, but there was never a moment where I was inappropriate to her. I would have never risked that with someone in my staff. I mean, what stupid idiot would do that? And so I don't know what the hell she's talking about. There was one exchange we had that I don't know if she's blown up or remembering. There was one exchange we have where she wanted to dress. I've told this story sort of, but I want to air it all out in this video so you guys have the full story. There was one story where she said, she asked me what shirt to wear. It was for Flash and Friends, which was an after show she did. She's like, what shirt should I wear? One was like very revealing and sort of, one was just like a baggy t-shirt, which is what I had requested. And she kept asking me, well, which one do you want? And I kept looking, I'm like, I don't care, you pick. Yeah, but which one do you want? I'm like, Roxy, it's your decision. They're sort of different shirts. Well, what do you mean? What do you want?
And I would have said the one that shows the that's what I would have
so,
said.
well, I was in power. I was a boss. So I said, Roxy, look, one is more revealing. One's going to like impress the guys. It's going to be more of the your option. It's going to show you off. If you're comfortable doing that, great. The fans will like that. However, I don't want to ask you to wear that shirt. I'm fine with you wearing a t-shirt. It's a nerdy show. You have to make the decision. It's your choice in which brand you want to put out there. I said this in front of people. I know people can vouch and attest to this. And she was sort of put off, like I was calling her out, like, what? Huh? Guys, I don't know how else I could have handled the situation. I felt uncomfortable. She was like, you want me to wear the slutty shirt or the t-shirt? So after much pushing, I sort of pushed her back and was like, one's not. I'm fine with the t-shirt. I don't care. But if you're asking me which to wear, you have to make the decision. You're the host. How do you want to be on the show? Is that inappropriate, guys?
No. This is make my stomach. Bro, the freak is this PC shit. So is it possible that you forgot something that you've done?
No. I mean, that's why I wanted to know, because I have no idea what she's talking about. The only awkward exchange I can remember is that. And to know that I didn't do anything wrong, she came into my office and was like, hey, I just wanted to apologize for the miscommunication. I listened to what you said. I appreciate you're right. You know, I put you in a weird spot. It's fine. And I was like, totally cool. I have no problem. I felt weird. I didn't know what you wanted me to say. Like, the shirt choices are I told you several times, it's your decision, Roxy, how you want to be out there. I support you either way. You're here to host and talk about TV. And so that's the only exchange I ever had with her. Steph, go ahead.
Okay. Roxy, if you're watching this, let's put it this way. For those that didn't watch the video on Sunday, which is fair enough, I'm not afraid and I'm not ashamed to say that I am a survivor of abuse. I was repeatedly abused when I was younger. I can say that out loud because it happened. It's the truth. And before anyone says, oh, well, have you gone to the police, blah, 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 actually I have. It's on file, it's on record, and we're just waiting for any other victims to come forward. Roxy, come on, step up, be brave. If you are so into this Me Too movement and believe in it and think it does good, well, come on then. Tell us exactly what Andy apparently did to you. Actually vocalise it, and don't do it some half-butted way of, well, he did something, but, you know, insinuating. No. Speak it. Come on. What, you afraid? Because Andy could actually refute what you're saying with actual facts to disprove you? That's the real tea. You have nothing because it never happened. So if you ever actually vocalised and said, this is specifically what Andy did, Andy can shut you down with receipts all day long. That's the real situation.
Look, I love you. I'm sorry you went through that, but I love that you are strong enough to share that, because that is the facts. Like, there are too many people who have actually been real victims for people like Roxy to keep putting their name in and raising their hand like, I was too. Dude, Roxy, how dare you? How dare you? I have asked. I don't really want to play this clip, and we can play a bit, but there's a part. We got the gist of this, right? She was on the show. You guys can go watch it if you want. It's just, you got the clip. She just says I was inappropriate. She gives no examples, and then she tells the story that it's like, well, the reason I didn't tweet anything about it, and I wasn't planning to tweet anything about it, and I wasn't gonna do anything.
You're just riding the hate
I wasn't gonna do anything,
bro.
but I was just waiting for someone to ask me. Kristian, you're the first person to ask me, and when you watch it, Kristian is so shocked. He's like, wait, what? Andy did something? Kristian, who knows me, Kristian, who knows Roxy. You're telling me Kristian wouldn't have known that I did something inappropriate to Roxy? Come on. It doesn't line up, Roxy. Play the clip, watch it at some point. Kristian is shocked. Like, what? In fact, I want you to see that part.
Alicia Malone is there.
Went down.
Yeah, I've never
I
seen
was
this.
waiting for somebody from Defy to reach out to me before I gave my statement on Twitter. I was waiting for somebody to reach out to me.
Here's what you should say publicly. That type
No,
of thing? Oh.
no. Are you okay?
Oh.
What happened to you?
Oh.
Because I'm one of
Look at
two
him.
women that worked for him as a host.
Oh, right. Just to see if anything happened also inside of it. Did anything?
Look at that. Look, Kristian, who knows me. Kristian, who knows Roxy, is like, oh, you mean in case you knew of anything else that happened? Because they would talk, guys.
Ever happened?
I definitely didn't not happen.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
So I was waiting.
Okay.
And it never came.
Oh, wow.
And I didn't want to tweet something before I talked to them, and it never came.
Wow.
So.
Go ahead, but there's more to this. I don't want to keep doing it, but she's sort of explaining that she was just waiting for someone to ask, and Kristian asked, so she finally told people. Like, what? What? What happened? He's like, she's like Ray Fisher, Jody. Go ahead, Steph. You have your hand up.
Yeah, I have to be very careful in terms of what I say here, because I know I can get a little bit aggressive sometimes with my choice of words. So, she is insulting to actual real victims like myself. Look, guys, look at this video closely. I talk about what happened to me. You see my face right now. You see the emotion. It is raw. It is real. But you say that this happened to you, whatever form it is, but you can't. Bit jovial in your tone, but you can't. And, you know, he's saying it as it's facts. Yeah, it happened to me. It didn't not happen to me, you know? Like a little bit of a freaking teaser or something. What the? There's no emotion in her. Think that again, this is another example, guys, of the manipulation. Don't just focus on not only the words that they're saying and the choice of words, but how they are as well, in terms of their body language and in terms of their tone of voice. Because this does not make sense, guys. There is something wrong with this picture.
Thank you, Steph, again for sharing. Look, the reality on this story is, I'm really bothered by what you said, Roxy. I've asked you personally. I've asked you publicly. What happened? I got nothing to hide. Bring it. I've asked you. Or just tell the truth and say, yeah, I guess it wasn't as bad. I don't know what. I must have had a miscommunication. You can reach out anytime to end this. You can reach out anytime to end this. I would love to. Look, if I did something that I don't understand, miscommunication, I'll be the first person to apologize and explain the situation. I can't learn, I can't know unless you educate me. That's the biggest problem I have with this movement. Steph, I'm going to come to you, but it's like, my God, how do we learn if we don't know what we even did? I'm literally at a loss. Yeah. I've spent years trying to figure out, what is she talking about? I've never engaged with her. If anything, I could see why she never liked me, because I never gave the show any time of day. That's why her and Ken hated me. TV Fights was just behind a paywall. It wasn't my call. It was what it was. And she was just sad that they weren't getting enough love and attention. And she blamed me for it. I didn't have any choice over that. I didn't have the budget. I couldn't do things different. I had bosses too. And Ken and her have been out there talking about, I couldn't have girls on the show. Just lies. Just absolute lies. Look, I don't know what the hell she's talking about. She was in my office having a conversation maybe 3 times. Every other exchange would have been around other people. There were never private moments with Roxy and I where I would have even been able to be inappropriate. So I don't know what she's referring to. Roxy, I've asked you. I don't expect anytime soon. I'm over it. I just want to make sure I put it out there. I have tried to get this cleared up. It is not true. I never was inappropriate. What? How dare you? What are you talking about? Enough, Roxy. Enough. Steph, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, and Roxy, you really, really want to continue this narrative?
Yeah, Roxy.
Because I've got people reaching out to me. Now, I'm not going to say their name. Because guess what? I'm actually trustworthy and loyal. There's a couple of things maybe that you might want to learn in life. But anyway, such as pond life. I'm going to read something that I received word for word through a DM. Again, I ain't saying who sent me this, because I'm going to protect my source here. But guys, listen to this. What makes Roxy so dangerous is she puts on this face in front of her viewers with her crazy SJW. She is a huge hypocrite, but is the worst behind the scenes towards him. Oh, and by the way, Roxy, be careful about the company you keep, because here's another message for you. All I can say is people who gave info on Roxy to my boss, while I promised not to give their ID, they are people who have worked with her, and some who moderated for her, and even was involved with her patron. Mic drop.
I didn't realize. Yeah, there's people are messaging Steph to complain about Roxy's snakeness. Jody, Jody, you want to have a final word on this before we move on to the next section?
I'll put something out there. Look. We are in there's people out there that we operate off of the way the real world operates. We're part of the society, and in pop culture, we like the elements of pop culture. We don't like this bullshit. We don't like the SJW propaganda bullshit. Woke fake feminism that is on YouTube. And every time that the rare times that I would tune in to Collider live show when Harloff was the man doing his thing and Roxy was on, I would click the freak off because I know he was utilizing her as that SJW movement voice because he understands exactly what she represents. She represents putting lies out to the world. I'm a woman, so what I say goes. The exact thing that's wrong with society today, bro, is all built up under who Roxy Striar is. She's fake. She's a liar. She's an SJW, and it makes me want to throw up every time I think about the ideals that she believes in. One thing that I believe in is not men. I don't believe men, and I don't believe women. I believe the facts. I use my own judgment and I bring into my own understanding based on what I got to make a decision. Roxy, she's a part of the believe me, because I'm a woman in 2017 or 18 and beyond that said something was done to me. So believe it because the social media wave says so. And if you don't automatically believe me, you're a part of the problem too. That's a lynch mob. What's the difference? That's a straight lynch mob. That's a witch hunt. Burn them at the stake, why don't you? She represents every single thing that I hate about our society today, where we can't even keep it a buck. And I know Kristian Harloff, I know that he has something real in him, but he can't put it out because everyone around him is a PC and SJW. So he has to play the game.
Save that for part 4, Jody. But I'm glad you brought that up. That's a good tease for part 4. And yes, he's spot on. Look, I'm not here to wreck her more. I'm just here to respond passionately that she's not telling the truth. I have no clue what she's talking about. And all I know from my experience of seeing her, she does tend to flip-flop on the issues of whatever thing is popular. So many people complained about it and told me about that. I don't really care until she started saying stuff like this about me. And it affects me. 1 million people saw that, Roxy. That is defamation. Maybe that's why you're silent, because you're afraid of a lawsuit, which I could do. I would much rather just squash this and get this figured out and sorted out. So please do the right thing and just squash this so this is put to bed. And I don't think that's going to happen, so that's why I'm making this video, because it is still haunts me to this day of people, but Roxy. No. She has refused to engage. Until she does, I don't know what you're talking about, Roxy. We got lots more to talk about. We got one more chapter, and then we're going to do a free-for-all. Thank you guys who've been bearing with me watching this all night. If you didn't miss the first parts, I highly advise you check out we'll put part 1 here, the other parts here. Thank you guys for supporting. If you can support this channel, support my man Jody's Corner, all my friends, Steph's Planet Nerds, all down there, as well as subscribe here to Popcorn Planet. You can also join to become a member, and you can donate anytime using the Linktree link in the description. Always support your creators if you can. We're struggling. I know a lot of you are, but if you can, always support your creators if you can. Thank you guys.
These comments
who
are
have.
Fire.
And thank you so much for watching tonight. We got one more edition coming to you, which will be up soon. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching, everybody.